Briefly, let me tell you a little bit about me. I'm Keith Stone. I am a candidate for Nash County Sheriff. 30 years with the Highway Patrol, retired as a captain with the Highway Patrol. I was assigned to Nash County in 1987 as a state trooper over there. I worked Nash in Edgecombe County. I came from Robinson County, worked in the jail there for 3 years, right out of high school, and it was probably the most informative years of my life. I learned more working in that county jail, 200 inmates, third right, and third inmate. Working there from Bella Barfield, if y'all remember her, she's one of our people, she get mad at you, she thinks you got me kid. From that case to a mule head hunt who would kill you for $20. Both of them ended up on death row, and I think she was the last female executed in North Carolina. And if you look back, mule head hunt was the last minority executed in North Carolina. So I had times of meeting those. I've seen those type of things. I came on the Highway Patrol. I came on at 21, and one of the things was my dad was sheriff. He was there for 42 years in Robinson County. He taught me one thing. He says, you know, you've got to have an education. I come up without one here this time. He said, it's moving this direction. I always wanted to be a sheriff that's coming up. And between him and a few friends, he pushed me to go get my master's degree, and went all the way through working and sitting in the classroom and not on the internet. You know, these people get all these internet things. I went to class and I worked. So I understand the work ethic. The things about Nash County Sheriff's Department I want to bring to you is past is a predictor of the future. Y'all agree? My thing is I've had a very hard line on crime. Rocky Mount, right now, how many murders do you think you've had in Rocky Mount this year?
10.
8. And how many shootings do you think you've had?
500.
Countless, 14, go to like 30, so that's actually where they've been put in the hospital. Now that's not just shooting across the street. How many of y'all shop at Walmart?
Which one?
Yeah, right here, right now.
They haven't been in there in years.
Why don't you?
Because of the perception.
Perception is reality, and I can tell you, we've got to change that. With Nash County Sheriff's Department, and I've said it the whole time, and my opponent might start tomorrow. When I was out here putting people in prison, he's getting them out. When I stayed 30 years in the Highway Patrol and worked my way up to captain and worked relentless nights, made human trafficking cases, made drug cases, just finished a drug case in New York City that I made a stop on here, arrested MS-13, making 30-some people went to prison out of a federal case. I was out here and I did this, and made arrests for rape and everything else. Kidnapping, I don't know where my home is, but I can tell you, the vision is I've been a supervisor for 17 years. We're going to change, and it takes, with those 125 people at that Sheriff's Department, 78 deputies, we've got to change the perception of Nash County being a dangerous place. Y'all are business owners, you're homeowners. People aren't thriving to move here. I had a young female yesterday, was a school teacher, wanting to move to Raleigh or Durham or somewhere else because she wants to get out here. And I said, Durham? You know, Durham is not even that perception that we've got right here in Rocky Mountain. But what we've got to work is gangs, guns, and drugs. Real simple. Gangs, guns, and drugs. And as Sheriff of Nash County, I'm going to bring more people in to work drugs. I'm going to put an interdiction task force together on this interstate that brings in revenue. A quick little thing, y'all business people, you understand this. I went to Raleigh last week. We've never had a DEA task force member. That's Drug Enforcement Administration task force member. They carry cases federal. In state court, how many of y'all think that we're overburdened right now in state court? Can't get anything done with it. The federal government takes these cases where you get 5 years, you'll be out in about 2.5 for a kilo of cocaine. You're going to spend 10 to 15 years for that same kilo of cocaine. We've never had a task force officer assigned to Nash County Sheriff's Department. I got a commitment last week that they're going to take it, and I'm not the sheriff yet, but they're going to take one of our officers and put him full-time with the DEA. That'll help with this drug, organized crime that you have here. How many of y'all think we have organized drug crime here? How many of us have gang problems here? Y'all are on the same page and you understand it. The city of Rocky Mountain, you might not like this, we've hid it for a long time. And look, when you're scared to go to the mall, when you're scared to go to Walmart, there's no need for this. You'll go to Nashville, they have 17 officers over there patrolling you. You'll go to Nashville. we're gonna change that here. Nash County is part of Rocky Mountain, and y'all have got to work with me with the county commissioners. Yeah, I'm gonna need a few more officers, but you don't care if it's a star on the side of that car or a shield on the side of that car. If your wife walks or your sister or your daughter walks out of Walmart and sees a law enforcement officer riding through, you know, we've got to work together. I want to bridge the gap between Rocky Mountain and Nash County working drugs together instead of independently. Another thing that we've got to do is bridge the gap, bring it back to community policing. Our school resource officers in the summertime, do y'all know what they're doing? I don't know what they're doing either, but I can tell you, we're going to put bicycles on the back of those patrol cars, and they're going to ride these neighborhoods. In the summertime, the kids on the street there in these larger neighborhoods, in idle hands is the hands of the devil. I didn't look for that coming up. And let's put these officers back out there one-on-one with the young people, because youth right now are at risk of gangs and stuff. If we can build these relationships, it helps the school resource officers. But there has to be a dedicated, hard-line approach to fighting drugs. And I know it sounds nice, we'll have a hot dog stick out over here at the ball field, and we're going to try to bring in the people changing off gangs. That don't work. Hard-line law enforcement where you deal drugs, we're going to catch you. And you can do that in conjunction with it. You can have the associated programs, and I call them the nonprofit organization. I support them 100%, but we've got to have good law enforcement too. That's what I would bring to the program is good, strong law enforcement and accountability. How many of y'all have had, you run your businesses and, you know, if somebody calls about a product that y'all are selling or doing, and it takes a week to get back with you, man, you're gonna probably go somewhere else, are you not? I don't believe in that. I believe in action. And I can tell you, when drug dealers are selling drugs inside of communities and things of that nature, we need to get right on it. Greg, he's my campaign manager. Thank you for coming in. But that's the problem that I'm seeing. But y'all are invested people in your businesses all thrive off the economy of Rocky Mountain. Tell me what your problem is. I told you what I think the problem is, and I want you to ask me questions, and ask me the hard questions, and let me tell you what my vision is. But I think that I've got a clear vision for what we need to do with Rocky Mountain. And it does. It takes diligence on my campaign, and it takes money to do this campaign, but I think we can do it. But I've got the energy. I've got 3 daughters. I've got a 4-year-old, a 7-year-old, and an 11-year-old that are raised here, and I want to make it safe for them. And I think that we can do that by putting a team together and having diligent law enforcement. The days of we don't have a TAC officer team out or a SWAT team here in Nash County, God forbid the day that you got a school shooting. And look, with the gang stuff going on, 8 murders, 30-some shooters, I can't wait for the SBI out of Raleigh for 2 hours, an hour and a half or 2 hours to assemble and come down here. You, as taxpayers, I owe it to y'all to be able to have a response team. Who disagrees with me? Another program. We have down to 2 dogs with the Sheriff's Department right now. They had 4, they're down to 2. The administration right now don't see too much need for them. I love the Sheriff's Department. I think they do a great job right now, but I see that there's a need for a dog. I want to take these dogs and put them walking through these schools, smelling lockers, smelling book bags for marijuana and other illegal drugs and gunpowder. You know, who has a problem with the dog walking through? I know my daughter would love to see the K9 walk through and smelling for gunpowder thing. And if it brings a bad image on the school because we arrest 7 students with marijuana, then it is what it is. Let's quit hiding the ball. Let's put it out here. Facts are facts, and if we got a problem, let's deal with it. That's the way type of law enforcement that I want to bring. And my opponent tells we don't need no dogs in schools. We don't need police officers in schools. We need resource officers to help them, and we need to find other alternatives. My vision's totally different. We do need that. I think that preventive patrol where people see law enforcement and they're out and about and curbs crime. But I want to come around the room with y'all. Tell me what you see the problem is and ask me and just get my opinion so that you can go back out and be a cheerleader or an advocate for me if you're on the same page.
said that I think is right on target. Many years ago, I visited New York City. And we got off the main street off Broadway a couple of blocks, and it was very dangerous, very not safe at all to be there. A couple years later, I'm back again, just a few years ago, and it was a great place. Sitting right outside in downtown Broadway, not a problem. Police officer every on the street.
Bratton changed that when he went, it was under ComStat. What ComStat is people order men and policing with a computer program that tells you where the hot spots of crime is, and they can send allocation of officers there and quick time accountability. So they would have to report, the supervisors in the field would have to report back to the elite supervisors in the department what the crime is and what you're doing about it, and if it's working. It's all an accountability issue.
It worked great, and the place changed. And I think you're the same way. If you want to address the crime and allow it to just go on, it's not going to happen.
And I can tell you, Rocky Mount, I want you to call your police department, because how many of y'all stay in the city? Raise them high, be proud of them. Okay? All right, you live in the city of Rocky Mount. The police department owes it to you, they get these taxes to curb the crime problem. But if you call me and say, Sheriff, my business, they're dealing drugs outside. Every day I'm having these drug transactions, and they happen now all the time in business parking lots and things because they feel it's safe. But if it goes on issues and how you do it, you pay county taxes, and yeah, you're going to get them. You know, and I'm going to work great with the chief of Rocky Mount Police Department, and he has told me, hey, I'll support you if you will work with us. Yeah, I'm going to do it because crime in the city goes in the county. And if you look at all these addresses of everything that people commit the crime in the county, your city addresses too, and the county addresses. We're going to work all of Nash County. And we're going to work close with the SBI and alcohol law enforcement, which is state. So if it does happen to be across the tracks over there and the sheriff's department's busy, then we can get the state to help us with it too. I understand as a trooper, and I had the privileges as a trooper, if it got boring in Edgecombe County, because I went to nightclubs over there at 2 o'clock at night, man, we would just come across the tracks over here and go. Because the same fatalities in Nash County were happening in Edgecombe County. And I understand that partnership. Man, we've got to work with city, county, and all the resources we can do. Nashville's got 17 officers, the smallest city. I want to tap into that and let them work drugs with us, because Nashville's problems is ours too. And after 30 years of law enforcement, I see the way to conduct this and to do it. That's where we need to be at. Any other questions? I don't know.
Keith, with the programs that you're wanting to put in place and the conservative nature that commissioners typically draw a line on, how much of an outline or budget increase, what kind of message do you need to get to the commissioners so that they'll turn loose on some of these funds to do the visions that you're trying to do?
The budget right now is $4.1 million. Conservative they are, but they understand that nobody's coming to Nash County. You've got to have actually less people in Nash County right now because of the flight of people moving out. I think that if you can show them good law enforcement and that we're doing the thing right crime, I don't need but about 6 or 7 more officers because I'm going to reallocate the ones. When you go to the sheriff's department, you got 5 people standing there with a 1. Sometimes you get caught up in giving people good jobs because you like them. And you know, they're all working 8 to 5. Well, it isn't 8 to 5. You know, me as the captain on the highway patrol, I was out there 10, 11 o'clock at night. My men need to do that. If you're going to be the law, be the law. You know, and that is what we're going to have to reallocate, and we're going to have to move some people around. And I think with what I've got now, maybe 4 or 5 more officers, but I don't even want to ask for that until I go in and show them that I can make a difference. And another thing is I was quick to tell you about this. Last week, DEA out of Norfolk, Virginia calls and wants the law enforcement officer to stop a car that they've got a whisper stop on. So they call Virginia, Virginia don't get it. They call here, we don't have a task force member yet. So I get a phone call that says, well, if you were the sheriff and keep beating around, I had something for you last night. He said, but since y'all weren't there, I had to give it to the highway patrol. $180,000. They stopped 64 and 95 in that little lighted area we got out there. So we pay for the lights, and that's the reason they picked that place to stop them. 4 ounces of cocaine and a King Ranch pickup truck. brand spanking new people, 2 Hispanic males. Yeah, they were going from Norfolk to Columbia, South Carolina, but you know, I could use 80% of that money would come back to Nash County Sheriff's Department, and we can fund these programs that I want.
You had 4 cars, not you personally, the county had 4 cars, and it was paid for by a grant, 4 officers, 4
That was
cars.
governor's highway safety, and what they're doing is for DWIs and stuff. I can tell you, I was a trooper for 30 years. If I need to find a trooper to work DWI, now look, if one's out there on the road, they definitely need to stop and get him off the road. But I don't want to be working traffic. Traffic is not a concern. It's tearing our economy.
So that wasn't drugs, that was.
That was for highway safety, and look, if they can give me 7 officers, Robinson County just got $750,000 in 5 people for 5 years. But after 5 years, you got funded, you said, oh, if they want to give it to us, we'll do it. But you know, I want dedicated drug intervention, I want dedicated enhanced drug office, and our impact team, the work is high crime, areas. Take 5 or 6 officers where there's crime problems and working with CompStat, send those 5 guys in there and let them work these programs. I need to change the jail. There's no intel in jail right now. I need a dedicated full-time officer that has been to school, that knows how to pick the information from these people who are in jail. Modus operandi, y'all know what that is? To pull these things, and then when investigations and special ops is doing things, man, we can pull up, because the same people causing the problems is the same problem. Your customers are your same customers. You say, well, we want to treat them good when they come to Nash County. I want to get every bit of their information, and I know everything, and when they come back to jail, because they're repeat offenders, I want to know everything about it. And that's just one of the things that we want to change and do. But it's going to take money, and it's going to take the commissioners, but I don't want to ask for anything except for a chief deputy. We don't even have in the bylaws of North Carolina, if the sheriff would die, the chief deputy would take us. We don't even have a chief deputy at this time. We're behind, we've got to catch up. Some little small things we want to do like that, it's going to cost us a little bit, but at the end of the day, my business, and I've got an MBA, I want to make the county money, and the way we're going to do that is through good, strong law enforcement, bringing the economy up, and there's a direct line. Y'all can look at it at the end of the year, say, when they started $250,000, here's where we're at right now in asset forge, where we're taking this. I don't mind taking money or sending the drug dealer to prison. You know, that's where we need to be, and that's the focus, that way that we can fund it. Yes, sir.
2 questions real quickly. Tell me what, and I appreciate your candor. If Griff is elected, what is your vision of what Nash County will look like 2 years down the road? The second question is, would you sell the Corvette?
His Corvette?
No, would you sell the Corvette because we're talking about the...
Oh, in Wake County?
Yeah.
I don't know. I worked with the highway, well, here's
Talk
the
about it in a
scenario.
second.
I worked on an undercover racing team because we had a problem here. A nurse gets stopped on 581 while some thugs get out there in the road and race cars in the road. She says, you know, if I call the highway patrol, y'all won't do anything about it. I called the colonel of the highway patrol and said, look, I'm going to put an undercover team together on the highway patrol to work this illegal street racing. You've never seen a trooper ride a uniform to drive a patrol car, it's his policy. They changed policy and said, you can do that if you keep your numbers up with the guys working and keep the cheap. We went to work here, made over 90 arrests and took all kinds of calls. Then they called me after I got promoted to lieutenant and said, look, they're working somewhere, we need you to go to High Point. They got a bad racing program, can you carry your guys from High Point? Now look, we haven't got any money, and y'all got to drive back every night. When these police race at 2 o'clock in the morning, and y'all got to drive, but I had some dedicated officers. We went up there, made 120 arrests, and they take your car and you don't get no more insurance on prearranged drag racing. We took a ZX Corvette, the same Corvette he has, but ours was a year earlier with 10,000 miles on it, with a spare bolt per week. Won the case, and you know what we did with ours? We turned it over to school. You know, I don't have no problem with what they do with it. Now, I'm sure the school board did something, sent them off to some pretty thing with it. That's the least of my concern. If it says a drug, I don't get caught up in cars, I get caught up in the fight. Taking this stuff federally, then the school board can't say, man, we need this here to send our school board members to Guadalajara for a week. They can't do that. It's used for law enforcement functions and that. You take it in state court, it all goes to the school board. And as far as the Corvette, can use it as a drug undercover car. I think the tires cost a lot to operate on the thing. You know, can you use it for dare if it looks good for dare? But if it's costing the county money, I don't care about it. You know, I have never been caught up in this. Me personally, I wouldn't, because if one of my officers got killed in it or hurt in it, you know, it's just a bad thing. You can take the Charger, you can buy 2 Chargers with my Corvette, but he might have a use for it. I would rather trade it in and get a Tahoe, a 4-wheel drive pickup truck where we can work in the snow.
And
That's my thing.
And what is Nash County gonna look like 2 years from now if Griff wins?
I can tell you, me and Griff, we had a debate or on the debate, it was a forum, and I'd like to have another debate. His vision is kids and doing all these good things with kids and everything, but he don't make no mention of law enforcement. He don't make no mention of drug interdiction. He don't make no mention of property crimes accountability. He don't make any mention about enhancing patrol. You know, it's all these people programs, and I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, it don't work. What you're gonna have is you're gonna have rampant crime. He won a supervisor. He's never been a manager. He has no credit. I'll ask y'all, I'm not a business people, if he come in with his resume and laid it up there with no management, no senior leadership, and he's been at 7 or 8 different jobs, and then you've got a man here that's educated, he's got qualifications, got over 3,000 hours of in-service school, not counting my formal education, and he's led and directed people. As a lieutenant, I had 210 people up under me, and as a captain on the highway patrol, I oversaw all of the training for all of the highway patrol, and I understand budgets. The business decision is, it's not even thinkable. And I hope that the Nash County people will say, let's compare apples to apples. This is not a racial issue. It's not a black and white issue. My opponent's black and I'm white. Man, it's about crime and reducing crime in Nash County. They can spin it for Democrat, Republican. I can tell you, there's no Democrat, Republican about me. It's about one thing, about the office of sheriff and caring out the safety of the people of Nash County. I don't care if it's an unaffiliate. I don't care if it's an independent. I don't care who it is. Man, we're going to do about crime in North Carolina. And we're going to do it in Nash County. We're going to do it the right way. It has nothing to do with it. Because look, I'm off the charts as conservative for strong law enforcement. And I'm probably off the chart on the other side for compassion for people and victims. So this Democrat Republican thing, it has no bearing with me. It's about Nash County, and it's about what we're going to do to keep the people safe. I've told you what I'm going to do. I still haven't heard a message of what he's going to do.
In this last minute or two, Keith, reality is, if we look at Democratic numbers versus conservative Republican numbers, and irrespective of the resume,
Right.
there is a force in this county that will elect that person
Oh, sure.
with no respect to their credibility.
If you vote Democrat, Republican, Griff will be your sheriff.
And
that's
what
just
can
it is.
we do, the general population like myself, if we don't go out there and work for you, it's gonna be an upside down battle, and it's very difficult to overcome that. So the message you gotta get to me and my counterparts is, Gary, what are you doing to get Amanda or Clint or anyone else to work for you? Because that is a reality.
And I'm not gonna get there. It's gonna take 2 things to get me in office. Y'all going out talking to your people and letting them understand, listen here, just because you're a hardline Democrat, this is not about Democrat or Republican. If your house is broken into, it's about service. So get that out of it. The next thing it takes, it is money to run this election. I'm not getting money from Washington, D.C. PAC and all of these associated things out of Washington, D.C. to run against me. My opponent is. I wouldn't even know how to start to go up there to ask some nonprofit. And why is some PAC in Washington, D.C. providing me money? It's because of hidden agendas. I can tell you what it is. I have no hidden agenda. I want the Nash County person to go to my website and say, you know, that's good law enforcement, what I want. Send $25 to it. I can tell you, it's not going to be going to support a senator running in Edgecombe County. Your Nash County money, which he sent over to Edgecombe County to run for the Senate office over there, it's going to be used for Keystone, for sheriff in Nash County. It's going to be spent here. It's not going to Raleigh, and then it's not going to no PAC in Washington, D.C. to get some bill pushed through. It's about Nash County, and I want Nash County money to support. I want my people to support me, and that's Nash County people, and that's what it is, you know. I've got a website, it's just Keith Stumper, Nash County Sheriff. You can go on it, you can do a donation, tell your friends and ones of that nature. And also, you can read my credentials, you can print it off, and you can give it to your friends. If you have a church group or any other group, man, let me come talk to you. I'm not shy, I would like to have a debate. But only thing I'm gonna say, if we're gonna have a debate, we're gonna ask the hard questions. I'm not going back to these debates where I'm not asking that. No, we're gonna ask the hard questions if I go back. You know, you ask the hard questions. Why do you have 7 different jobs? Why do you think you qualify for sheriff? And let me tell my vision, and you tell your vision, and then Nash County's informed people. Am I wrong? Tell me if I'm wrong.
You need to get that message out. I dare say 80% of
Nash
rural
County
electorate is not aware of that.
That's what I got to count on y'all to do. That's what I did.
Wrap things up, we did an interview with WHIG, talking about budget, and then some of the, you had talked about, housing federal, offenders in the
Right.
Nash County jail. That's one way to earn some income. Can you just touch on that real quick, and then we do need to wrap up?
Okay, 2 things. One, now the state is overwhelming prisons. 30 days or more they go to state prison. We can start getting these 6 months and less people and house them and get a little bit of money out of that. The other thing is, Edgecombe County was making $1 billion a year off of housing federal inmates. I want to see if we can get that into Nash County to house these federal inmates. And what it takes is a few more people under the jail, we have the space over there, and we've got to bring our jail up to standard to house these federal. But comes with that is a whole lot of oversight. But you know, we're gonna run it right anyway, so we're gonna have it, but that's $1 million Edgecombe County had and lost. And in Edgecombe County right now, you look at property taxes. How many of y'all live in, Atlanta? I think it's the 2nd or 3rd highest property tax in North Carolina. I think I'd be finding every way I could to get the federal inmates back in here. But now, look, in December, I want them over here. You've got 264, you've got 95, you've got US 64, 30 minutes from the federal courthouse in Raleigh. Why are we keeping them in Edgecombe County when we're a whole lot closer to the federal courthouse? We can keep them in Nashville. I mean, look, all I can do is ask for it, get our commissioners on board, but y'all got to work with commissioners too and hold them accountable. You know, I want to be a held accountable, I'll be held accountable by people, but hold them accountable. Hey, where we at, what we're doing, is this a money-making idea? What can we do? But I need the people's support to be able to keep you safe. Any other questions?
Thank you.
Thank you.